Hey guys, it's been a little while since I made an update on the Corvette. I wanted to post an update with my new wheel specs and show everybody how the final product turned out. All right, so let's talk about these wheel specs. So the wheels that I ended up going with are Ferrada FR3s. And the finish is matte bronze with a gloss black lip. So the size on the front, 19 by 9.5 with a plus 20 offset. And in the back, have 20 by 11.5 with a plus 30 offset. The tires that I decided to go with are Toyo R888Rs. In the front, they're 275 35 19, and in the rear, 325 30 20. One mistake that I made was when I ordered fronts, I probably should have went with a 30 sidewall. I do believe that was available. I went with the 35, and I think they're just a little bit too big. Well, let me show you. Got some damage here on my fender. I had to adjust my ride height to raise this up a little bit. Also, the offset on these wheels is just a little bit off. They're pushed out probably just a little bit too far, which is another cause to that issue. And then one other problem that I have is I get some rubbing up in here on the inside. Can't really see it, but it rubs up on the inside as well when I'm turning. You can see the wear on the tire here from rubbing inside there. And because of that rubbing issue, it could either go down in that tire size a little bit and go with the 30s. I mean, these tires were so expensive, it almost might be cheaper just to keep these tires and maybe shave off a couple millimeters from the inside of this wheel to bring it in a little bit. But still, I don't know if that's going to solve the issue that I'm having with the rubbing on the front. For now, I have the ride height raised up just a little bit, and it doesn't seem like it's rubbing anymore. I think in the long run, I'll just end up ordering the one size lower on the sidewall on the front, because the back seemed to fit perfect. Now keep in mind, these wheels are not made for this car. But after doing lots of calculations and figuring out the offsets and where the wheels are actually going to sit, these sizes were the best option. And I could have went with some custom order wheels. These were not available in custom sizes. There were similar sets of wheels that I could get custom made that look like this, they're about 4 times the price of what these cost. The overall quality of these wheels is really good. They're actually a little bit dirty. I apologize. Car actually sat in the driveway for a week or two while I was working on one of my new projects. I needed the space in the garage. Now, another thing that you need to consider when you're installing a wide body on these cars, in addition to the obvious, which is the fenders, the liners, the bodywork, the wheels, the tires, everything that needs to be replaced, but you also need to consider the suspension. So think about it. These suspension arms work like a lever. And now that these levers are longer, because the wheelbase, or the width of the wheelbase is pushed out further, I think 7 inches in the back and 5 inches in the front, something like that. I forget exactly what it is. That's putting extra leverage, extra weight on the springs, which is another reason why it caused the ride height to drop. So I really had to turn those lowering bolts that adjust the ride height. I had to crank them down a lot to push this ride height up to help counteract that extra leverage. Eventually, I think I'm either going to do an air ride or put some coilovers in it, or maybe just put some stiffer springs in this thing. I ordered the wheels from Audio City USA, the company that I found online after pricing out some different options for these Ferradas. They gave me the best price. It was actually cheaper to buy it from them than it was to buy from Ferrada. And in addition to that, shipping was free. I didn't have to pay for shipping, where if I ordered from Ferrada directly, I forget what they wanted to charge me. It was something like $200 for shipping. But it ended up saving me about $300 overall to order from Audio City. So that's all, guys. This is the most recent update on the car. Still needs to go back to the body shop now to get this front fender repaired. Some other things that need to be touched up. Just some foggy areas in the paint. Needed to go back from the first time that I got it back. But other than that, I'm really happy with how it turned out. Now when I look at black base models on the street, how my car used to look, it's kind of hard to believe that it is the same car.